Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Mike Fallon, my guest host again, Clarence.
Hey.
So this time, we're going to be talking about the new Batman vs. Superman trailer that just came out today. Okay, so that's why I'm wearing the Batman vs. Superman hat right here. Honest thoughts. Clarence, you take it away, bro.
All right. I love it. I know there are a good number of people out there who are already hostile towards anything having to do with Zack Snyder and superheroes. But we can't really go into this film with our previous feelings from his past films. I don't want to go too much into detail of his resume of work and film work specifically, but I have to say this trailer is showing the early ideas of what we all would think of Justice League on film format, and it's proving to be really wonderful. For example, I mean, just the dynamic between Bruce Wayne and Lex Luthor and Clark Kent. Yeah. Having those three people together in one scene alone is very iconic, and the chemistry between all those characters and actors, let alone, is proving to be really worthwhile.
All right, so this is my thoughts. All right, it's about to get real. Okay, so the thing that made me... Okay, overall, I'm going to be real. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
All right.
The reason why I didn't give it a full 10, I feel Lex Luthor's too nice.
Oh.
Now, the Lex Luthor I know and come to love for the last 24 years of my life, since I'm only 24, he's methodical, he's strategic, he's a tactician. He's not really a social guy in that sense. This Lex Luthor's like, oh, hey, hi. Oh, let me shake your hand. Oh, you got a strong grip. Oh, don't pick a fight with him. That stuff, it threw me off. But Jesse Eisenberg, you're a killer actor. So even though the trailer turned me off a bit, I'm gonna give you a shot. You know what I'm saying? And then the thing too that made me very just like, oh my god, is they ruined the plot point of Justice League Part 1 already. If you don't notice, and I can't say who told me this, but when you watch the desert scene in there that's only there for 2 seconds, those are parademons. Mm-hmm. And parademons are like the flying monkeys of the villain, and that villain is Darkseid.
All right.
Darkseid is one of the only people in comic book history to put hands on Superman in a fair fist fight. Now, Darkseid, he has an Omega beam cannon. Omega cannon. Omega lasers. And so they can churn and do diagonals, right? Mm-hmm. And he can physically go hand to hand against Superman. Even though Superman has whooped him, it's like back and forth in a sense. Because there's only on a short list of 3 people that comes to mind right now that can go against toe-to-toe Superman on a normal basis. But so there's parademons in the trailer. They showed them working together already. I already knew they're going to do that towards the end. I just didn't want to see in the trailer. That's just my thing. And then, okay, we got to talk about the elephant that was brought back from the dead in the room. Doomsday.
Yes.
Okay, let's get into it. Now, the Doomsday...
I have something to say.
All right, spit it.
But it has to do back with a little bit of what you just said.
Okay.
Okay. Eisenberg.
Yes.
Right? As Lex Luthor. I know you're a little repelling away from it. I know. But I have to say, it's a different take on Lex Luthor. Yeah. And the Lex Luthor you're talking about is the Lex Luthor that I'm used to, too. Yeah. We're used to this Lex Luthor that's very calm. He's very persuasive. He is not as outgoing. And he's very smooth. He's not smooth in this, but he's psychotic. Yeah. And he's very erratic. He has a very chaotic behavior, and it's still something that, as you can see from the trailer, that even Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne have been used to. Even the way they greet each other and their mannerisms in between each other, they obviously respect him still, even with this erratic character. But I have to say it's very well expressed by Eisenberg. I mean, I feel like he's going to put a certain Lex Luthor on the big screen, the silver screen that we've really never seen before, and it's going to take a huge amount of understanding in order to be able to tap into the mindset of this character. I'm going a little far with this, but I'm going to say it. He is not that far off from the Joker from The Dark Knight. I know it's pushing it.
I know what you mean.
Because he actually won an Oscar for that role. I can't say that Eisenberg will win an Oscar for this, but I can say that this is a different take on a Lex Luthor, as Heath Ledger's Joker was a different take on Joker.
Separate but equal. Okay, so that's our thoughts on Lex Luthor. So I just want to finish this off with two things. Because we already talked about the parademons.
You were on Doomsday.
Doomsday. Oh, actually three things. So let's start off with Doomsday. So in the comics, Doomsday is an alien created on Krypton, but not when Superman was alive. He was created by this little blue dude who was his father, and the first Doomsday died, and kept on cloning him. And every time he kept bringing back Doomsday, because he wanted a perfect killer, he would take the mind of the previous dead clone and put it into the new clone's body, over and over and over and over again, to where dozens, I think like a few hundred dead clone memories, all came flooding in at once, and he caused him to break. And Doomsday is, so far in canon, the only person Superman can't beat in a fist fight. Now, the reason why I say that is this. In the 1993 Death Superman storyline, we thought he killed Doomsday, but Doomsday has an ability that makes him fierce. So if you kill him once a certain way, he'll become immune to it. So say, for instance, if you behead him, if you kill him like that once, he'll be dead for a bit, regenerate, and then if you try it again, it won't work. So when him and Superman fought after that story arc, Superman had his arm broken. Like, let me see your arm real quick. Doomsday went and broke his arm forward.
Whoa.
And Superman had to grab him and jump to the end of time and left his body there.
All right.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to do it, because the thing that made me upset is because this Doomsday isn't the comic one where he's created by an evil alien, and he was shot to Earth because we weren't developed by then, so he was stuck in the crest, dormant this time. But this one, it's Zod resurrected. We already know this. The trailer ruined it. Michael Shannon ruined it a while back. I can't go to the bathroom. I have flippers. He said that in the article, and everyone's like, "Oh, is he Doomsday reincarnated?" Yes.
But he said no.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're an actor. You're paid to say no.
Yeah, and that's it. Right. Somehow we figured out that he was lying, but anyway.
So
it is what it is.
I feel this was too soon. You could have got another villain to fight them, a lesser one. I feel Doomsday should have been safe like Man of Steel 2 or 3. Because he's too epic.
He is very epic. But like you said, things are going in a non-canonical manner.
Yeah.
And so, with whatever's happening right now with Doomsday, there's no telling what hand's going to be dealt in the next 2 or 3 films after this, because it seems like Zack Snyder and his team can really do whatever they want, as long as there's a good, powerful story behind it.
Yeah.
Which, talking to various people about this film coming out, it seems like one of the biggest and most common mindsets that's going into viewing this film is it's the habit of underestimating what kind of storytelling this film's going to convey.
Yeah. Okay, I'll respect it.
Now, I know Man of Steel is very mixed. There's people who love it and there's people who hate it. All right?
It's a half-foo.
Right. But you can't go in with this film, because this is no longer a film solely about one character and their origin. This is going to be a film about a team now, a group of superheroes against villains and antagonists. And very, very, very like the Avengers, right?
Yeah.
But it's different formula. The Avengers did it in a certain way with certain films, with certain characters, and they built it up, and they had these scenes after the credit roll, and the continuity is great, but it's just a different way of approaching it, and I think we don't really know what we're up against right now with this film.
Okay. So that's my thoughts on it, too, about Doomsday, and I respect that. Okay, so what I was going to say after this was 2 more things. Back to the parademons, I'm jumping off there. What I've heard is when you see Batman locked up, what we saw 2 days ago in the trailer, I've heard rumors that it's a flash forward scene.
I've heard rumors of those kind of scenes in the film too.
Okay, yeah, because it's either a flash forward scene to where maybe after the fight with Doomsday, then the parademons come in, or it's like when Darkseid attacks after Doomsday, it's like that's what the Earth's going to look like. But also, if that's not the case, then it has to be a dream sequence. which I don't think so now because of the parademons. Those parademons are like a deciding factor. They're a big part of what makes the Justice League the Justice League. Because in the New 52 continuity, Darkseid is the one who brings the Justice League together.
Can we be a little risky here?
Yeah, okay, be risky.
What would have to happen in order for Batman to be in a predicament like that with Superman? I'll give a hunch. Batman did something that really angered Superman, all right? And whatever it was, it had to have involved either personally directly trying to harm Superman or hurting innocent bystanders.
I have a counter to that.
Go ahead.
My counter is the third thing I was going to talk about anyways.
All right.
That's not Superman we see.
That's what?
It's not Superman.
In what?
In the thing where he takes off Batman's mask and Batman's locked up.
Really?
You know who that could be?
No.
You forgetting about the other Superman?
Bizarro? Bizarro's not that handsome.
But they switched it up in the last time we saw him live action, Smallville. Bizarro looked exactly the same unless he was under sunlight. So, because in the comics, and in the Death Superman Lives comic, there's been four canon clones of Superman.
All right.
Bizarro, but he lives in his own universe. So this could be like a Bizarro that fights for Darkseid, or Lex Luthor working for Darkseid. So Lex Luthor and Darkseid could work together after Doomsday fails, and then he clones Superman. And maybe Superman is the one attacking Earth. That's why those military people have Superman's crest on his arm, because they're Earth's forces under Lex Luthor, under Darkseid. Now, it could be that. That's the first clone I can think about.
All right.
The second clone, which was directly in the Superman Death Superman Lives arc, he was a clone that was let out, and when he came home, Lex Luthor used to beat on him under red sunlight. Now, that clone died facing the real Superman when he came back. He's done. Now, there's a third Superman clone that everybody knows about. He's known as Cyborg Superman. He's an astronaut who got disfigured. His name's Hank Shaw, who's currently being played by a black man in Supergirl TV show. So back to the story. So he was disfigured and pumped full of Kryptonian DNA and cybernetic components to stay alive. And he's a constant villain in the comics. But then there's the fourth clone, which I don't think it is, which we know as Superboy. Because that fourth clone is a majority of Clark Kent's DNA with a little bit of Lex Luthor DNA.
Why is it so hard to believe it's Superman?
Because he's not a dick.
See, but that's the interesting part. We don't know. And honestly...
Actually, you know what? To add on in agreement with what you're saying.
All right.
Superman has been brainwashed in the comics before to fight for Darkseid.
Really? So
it can be our Superman. It could be our Superman, but brainwashed.
Which it really seems like it, because there is an aggression, a really heightened tension between Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne when they first encounter each other at the... It seems like some kind of
gala, like a gala, right?
Something like that.
Okay.
There's already tension between them, right?
Yeah.
And we could safely presume that they will find out. Both of them will find out the identities, the true identities of each other. I think we can put that together from so far the footage that we've seen so far in the film. Knowing that, and knowing Bruce Wayne's take on freaks who dress like clowns, right? There is already a really strong, almost hatred between these two characters. So, I wouldn't put it past it that this is genuinely Superman, and he's just pissed off. He's just pissed off at Batman. Batman's pissed off at him because they have these reasons, which we can go into, but I don't want to go too much detail. Point is, they both have motivations to not like each other.
Yeah, from the get-go.
And I think it's safe to presume that this is Superman who has Batman in some kind of custody.
For a certain reason.
But we don't know, ultimately. It could be those other clones, too.
We won't find out till April. Because usually the only time Superman keeps somebody encased in prison is in the Fortress of Solitude. And that's definitely not the Fortress of Solitude. That's like either in Iraq, the Earth being scorched from parademons, and Darkseid and Doomsday effing it up, or it could be, or it could be for another reason we don't know. We have to wait till April. But yeah, you guys, that's our thoughts on the trailer. Oh, last thing I did not mention, which I should mention. I'm glad Lois Lane is back.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Wonder Woman.
Yes. Okay. Oh gosh.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. So the way it's been explained from leaked sources and leaked things said, Superwoman is Lois Lane's sister. My bad. In the comics.
Canon.
Yeah, in the canon, in the comics.
I know, but we just we don't know at this point for in terms of what's going to come.
Yeah, because she's not a factor right now. She's on the Supergirl show. She's going to be Superwoman. But Wonder Woman, her movie in 2018 is going to take place in the 20s. Because in the comics, they don't age. Because they do a quick backstory, make it super short, because I'm going to do a full-length one with Clarence later. But on the island made by Zeus, in agreement with the Greek women that were battered during the Greeks of ancient times, Themyscira, where they live, if you're on there, you can never age.
Similar to Amazon?
In a sense, they're the Amazonians.
All right.
But except this one, their power comes directly from the island where Zeus created for them.
Oh, okay.
So that's why, because Chris Pine is Steve Trevor so far in the comics, in the movie. Or because people said he might still be a Green Lantern. If he is, the only one old enough to be that way is the original Green Lantern, which is Alan Scott, who premiered in the 40s. So either Chris Pine is that in that movie, which is and sure, her movie's supposed to be a prequel to all this. So her movie's gonna take place in the 20s against the God of War Ares, and then they said the end of her movie is gonna pick up right before Superman versus Batman. Batman versus Superman.
Nice.
So we're gonna see why she's there, how she knows Bruce Wayne already, because pictures have been leaked of them dancing together.
Yeah, that's just Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, that's Bruce Wayne. Okay. Well, all I'm saying is that she's there. She's willing to fight for humans, because at first they said that she was like an enemy or some bull crap. But we saw her fighting. Her, Batman, Superman stood next to each other. They were in arms. They were brothers and sisters in arms. A coat of arms was taken up. They're fighting Doomsday. We're going to protect Earth. That's the last image we see. And I cannot say anything else because there's nothing else to be said until April.
All right. I think everything they're doing with Wonder Woman is spectacular.
Okay.
I think she already has garnered so much respect. This actress...
Gal Gadot.
Yes.
Or Gadot, my bad.
T silent.
T silent. You know. All right, cool.
English.
Cool.
I think that she is just portraying Wonder Woman almost gloriously.
Okay.
She is... The cameos that we see of her thus far, she's powerful.
I respect
She has these gauntlets that just emits some kind of power, some kind of boom.
Big bada
and then
boom.
she has a shield that can deflect a big bada boom.
Basically, Fifth Element, cuz.
Yeah.
But
so I think Wonder Woman's really just an exciting character that is going to add so much to what's already been shown in these trailers of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Okay. So I respect it, and I'm sort of glad they're sticking to that. Not like the rumored. There was a rumor that she wasn't going to be our Wonder Woman. That she would be because of the Codex. You know, remember the Codex from Man of Steel?
I remember.
That the ship that's found in Man of Steel is Supergirl's ship, Kara Zor-El. Because what happens in the prequel comic, she comes to Earth 18,000 years ago, and so she gets out of the ship, and we see her in the Arctic, and that's it. So I think that she's frozen still, which would be the reason why they'd be distant cousins.
Right. It was during the Age of Expansion.
Yeah, Age of Expansion.
For Krypton, and that's a scout ship that crashed in.
18,000 years ago, by our count. So, what would happen, they said, is that she would have left the ship and survived, made Themyscira with a new codex, and Wonder Woman and all her people are new Kryptonians on Earth, which I would have walked out of that theater and got a refund. Because I'm just saying, you want to change it up, okay, change it up, that's cool. But don't make Wonder Woman a Kryptonian. That's just cheesy. We already got a Kryptonian. Her name is Kara. I'm good with that. We got another Kryptonian. Her name is Power Girl. You want to go for male? We have another male Kryptonian now that's canon in Earth 2. His name is Val-Zod. Zod's a relative, but he's black and he's cool. He's a new Superman on their Earth.
All right.
So we already got official canon Kryptonians. We got the city of Kandor, that little miniaturized city. I'm happy with that. I don't need an island full of female Kryptonians who have to reproduce and some alien means. You know what I mean?
I understand.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
Like, you're going far out. I want them to be Greek. I want the gods involved like that. You know, I'm a Christian.
You want what's similar to canon.
I want canon.
At least some kind of form of canon.
Yeah.
And I think the majority of people want that too. Yeah. You know, I think also what Zack Snyder's doing, and I'm gonna be a little risky with this too.
Hit him.
This Bruce Wayne, I love him already.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Ben Affleck.
Hold on. Yeah.
He looks like a really genuine Bruce Wayne. His voice is even different.
Bro, look at my Instagram account, y'all. Because you can go back. It's at Kingdom Kid 90. That's the caption right there. You can see it on the screen. I've been saying from the get-go.
You have.
I've been saying from the get-go. I put that on my T-Mobile bill. You know what I'm saying? Not on my mama's life, but on my T-Mobile bill. All right, because that's my other livelihood.
Yeah, and T-Mobile can handle it.
I know. Ben Affleck is a great superhero. He's played 3 superheroes, if you can't keep count. He played the OG Superman, George Reeves, and I forgot the name of the movie, but it came out in the early 2000s. He played Daredevil, and he plays Batman. Ben Affleck's going to be a killer Batman. You guys didn't agree with me. For the ones that know who I'm talking to, you remember you know who you are. So y'all can suck on a big piece of kryptonite, okay? So
I know, but you're right though. This Ben Affleck does look fantastic.
The reason why I'm so passionate is I just went to Kamikaze 2015, and I saw Ben Affleck shows. It says Batfleck with his name crossed out. You know what I'm saying? I still see people out there in our geek community and nerd community go against him. Like, come on, bro. Like, show him some love, man.
It doesn't matter. All we're saying is Ben Affleck is proving that this Batman's going to be one to remember.
Yeah.
Like I said, what I really wanted to say was that this Bruce Wayne really reminds me of even the cartoon Bruce Wayne.
Thanks, you guys, for watching. We appreciate it. And, subscribe and give us your thoughts in the comments below what you thought of the trailer. All right? This is Clarence.
Right.
Michael. Peace out, you guys.